$6 for a 6-inch Subway? That's what I saw from this TikTok. But it turns out that was an ad for Subways in Australia. Turns out a half-foot sandwich in California costs $8! Last time I even had a Subway sandwich, which was really long time ago, they still had the foot-long for $5. I'll review the sandwich in a minute. Let's review this foot-long pretzel. Yes, I know I'm late to this, but my Subway never has this. Absolutely glistening in butter. Here we go. Oh. It's like chewing carpet. All right, now let's try the sandwich. It's just very mid. And for $8, is this justified? Hell no! Trying Shaquille O'Neal's restaurant for the first time. First, let's start off with the fries. $3.85 after tax. They have a weird edamame shape. Will that make it taste better? I don't know, but here we go. Oh. It's actually hollow on the inside, and it definitely gives it a better crisp. That's it. It is a bit on the salty side. Taste score 7.9 out of 10. And now we have the Shaq attack. Here's another angle of it. I see cheese, barbecue sauce, barbecue chicken, and some slaw on the inside. After tax, $9.91. The crunch is halfway between a Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. Chicken breast is tender, which is a plus. Kind of reminds me of the texture of Jollibees. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I'm not that impressed with this sandwich. Chick-fil-A and Popeyes both taste better, and they're both cheaper. Big Chicken, in my opinion, not justified. Trying the worst rated pizza in West LA. Place is called Pizza Loca. I got this idea from LA Try Guys, and he went to a place that had 1.7 stars on Yelp. Now, I didn't go to the exact same location as he did because it's pretty far, but I went to one pretty close to me and it got 2.1 stars. What intrigued me about this place is they have a $5 large pizza special. And if I recall correctly, Little Caesars no longer has the $5 hot and ready. Is the hate justified for this place? Let's find out. First, let me say, this box smells like crap. Okay, here is the pizza. So far, not horrible. Just eyeballing it, I would say it's slightly smaller than a Little Caesars. All right, here we go. The crust overall is a little bit stale. There's hardly any cheese and sauce on it. And the smell I was telling you guys about is coming from the pepperonis. Would I get this over Little Caesars? No. And is 2.1 stars justified? I would say yes. Costco versus Häagen-Dazs ice cream bar. Here they are side by side, and as you can tell, the Costco bar is slightly larger. Costco's costs $9.99 and gives you 1.65 liters of ice cream, while Häagen-Dazs costs $12.29 and gives you 1.33 liters. And doing the math, we see that Costco gives you 53% more ice cream per dollar. Does Häagen-Dazs taste 53% better? Let's find out. First, going to start off with Costco. Ice cream is very smooth and silky. Decent amount of chocolate, and I'm loving the almonds. Now time for Häagen-Dazs. The ice cream actually has a much better vanilla flavor. Chocolate isn't as strong, it's more milky. I gotta say, this one has way more almonds. In terms of taste, Häagen-Dazs does taste better. But does it taste 53% better? Not quite. I'll say 25% better. If value is more important to you, then Costco's is more justified. Testing viral McDonald's hacks. So this is a Big Mac and it costs $6.29. But according to the internet, if I get 2 McDoubles and assemble it into a Big Mac, it's a better value burger. I had to order the McDoubles like this, but had no extra charge. I take the first McDouble, take the top bread off, take the second McDouble, and add it on top. Here's the OG and here's the Hack Mac. It may not have the sesame bun, but it has twice as much meat. OG weighs 200 grams, while the Hack Mac weighs 278. And doing the math, we see that this is 10% more expensive. Does it taste 10% better? Let's find out. Let's try OG first. Oh, too much bread. And now time for the Hack Mac. So much more meat. Take a look at the bite profiles. The Hack Mac buns are thinner, so it's even better. In conclusion, should you get a regular Big Mac? Hell no! First time reviewing Sonics. Let's first start off with the strawberry limeade. I was expecting an extremely red 40 drink. Looks like the colors actually do come from strawberries. Nice and tart, very refreshing. Next, let's try the mozzarella sticks. Hopefully we can get a good cheese bowl. Here we go. Finally! It's actually pretty good. Next, we're gonna try the crispy tender dinner. Let's start off with the tater tots. Next, we're gonna try the Texas toast. A little bit too burnt on this side. Oh, how does it look like this and not be crunchy? Oh, hell no. Try the onion ring. Okay, this one's pretty good. Next, we're gonna try the chicken tenders. Whenever I see them this thin, it usually gets overcooked and ends up tough. But this one's actually juicy and tender. Last, we got their cheeseburger. $6.79? It's a single burger too. Way too much mayo. Cheese is semi-melted. That is too dense. McNuggets versus Chicken Big Mac patties. Which one is more justified? Now, in a previous video, I did a comparison between McNuggets and a McChicken patty. In that video, I specifically said I was aware there was a difference between the two. I still did that video because number one, I wanted to see what that difference is for myself. And more importantly, number two, the Chicken Big Mac is only available for a limited time. So once that's gone, the only closest alternative to the McNuggets is the McChicken patty. Nonetheless, I understand why people want this comparison. Let's get started. 6-piece nuggets, $3.39. 2 Chicken Big Mac patties, $2.50. 6-piece nugget weighs 85 grams, while the patties weigh 100. In doing the math, we see that this is 60% more expensive. Let's do a quick taste test. McNuggets. And now the patty. This is literally just a giant McNugget. In conclusion, should you get the McNuggets? Hell no! Chicken patty all day, every day. Skechers has food? Let's go check it out. So they call this the food spot. It's like their version of the Costco food court. Here's the menu. Pause to read. They have a lot of items. The rest of my food will come out later, so let's review these two first. I forgot to press record before taking a bite. It's like a thinner version of Costco, but the sauce is a little off. Next, the fries. Love that seasoning. It needs more of it. Texture-wise, it's pretty close to McDonald's. Next, we're gonna try the hot dog. Uses a 1/4 pound frank. It's on par with Costco and Sam's Club, but more salty. And last, we're gonna try their hamburger. This whole thing is $5. It's basically Five Guys without the crappy soggy bun. Taste-wise, I still like In-N-Outs better, but in terms of value, we have a new GOAT. Skechers Food Court, justified! Costco versus Domino's. So Costco sells an 18-inch pizza for $10, whereas Domino's, the largest pizza, is 16 inches and it sells for $17. So if we make it the same size as Costco's, it would cost $21.51, more than twice the price. Does Domino's taste twice as good as Costco? Let's find out. Now time for Costco. I've said it many times before, but the Costco sauce is great. And they give you extra cheese. So Costco wins both in taste and in value. Wendy's versus Walmart spicy chicken nuggets. According to the internet, this is the dupe of this. Walmart, $6.78. While Wendy's, a bucket of 50 in my area is $20. And yes, this is only 4 nuggets. I did that because I didn't want to waste any food. Don't worry, we'll make the math work. Walmart, 779 grams. While Wendy's 4 nuggets weighs 57 grams. So 50 nuggets would weigh 713. And doing the math, we see that Wendy's is more than 3 times as expensive. Does it taste 3 times better? Let's find out. Gonna load up the air fryer. This is cold too. I'll heat it a little bit later. All right, here they are side by side. Wendy's is more orange in color, and I can see more speckles of peppercorn. They also look much wide and flat, while Walmart's is more thicker. Let's try Wendy's first. All right, now let's try Walmart's. So Wendy's is spicier, crunchier, and better seasoned. Walmart, on the other hand, is more juicy, and it tastes like a slightly spicier version of Dino Nuggets. Taste-wise, this is way better. But does it taste 3 times better? I'm gonna say yes, but barely. In-N-Out versus Shake Shack. I got an In-N-Out double-double. It was $5.60 after tax. The Shaq burger, on the other hand, was $7.42. Here they are side by side, and you can tell that the In-N-Out burger is much larger. So I paid $2 less, but got a bigger burger. We're first gonna try Shake Shack. Here we go. That's a good burger. I get the hype. I'm gonna add a chopped chili because my In-N-Out hamburger has chopped chilies. This will make it more of an apples to apples comparison. Oh. And now time for In-N-Out. Taste-wise, I gotta say this is pretty neck and neck. Having said that, in the end, In-N-Out tastes better. And it's cheaper. In-N-Out for the win. Which of these is the best breakfast burrito? Let's start off with Taco Bell. At $2.14, it's the cheapest one. I like that they toasted tortilla. Inside eggs, cheese, and bacon. It is a little tortilla heavy, but at $2, I can't complain. Next, let's try good old McDonald's. Tortilla much more dry. The sausage tastes like Jimmy Dean's. And I like that it has little peppers to give it some spice. Next, we got Del Taco. The eggs aren't as soft, but it does have taco seasoning. I don't see any sausage nor bacon. And last, we got Jack in the Box. It's the most expensive, but it's also the largest. Tortilla's nice and moist.
Daddy, chill.
It also has sausage and bacon. It also has these spicy, crunchy bits of hash brown. If I had to rank these, last place Del Taco, third place Taco Bell, second place McDonald's, and although it might be the most expensive, Jack in the Box is the most justified. Costco's selling this huge meatball sub. This thing is $15.45, but it's 2.5 pounds. Let's go see if this is justified. All right, here it is. I'm gonna cut this in half. An instruction says to cover this in foil. We'll place it into the air fryer. And while it's cooking, I wanted to let you know I got a Subway meatball sub. A foot long costs $10.89. So this is half of that, so let's say $5.45. I'll heat this the same way I did with Costco. All right, here they are side by side. This is half of the original sandwich, so we'll call it $7.73. Subway weighs 208 grams, while Costco weighs 355. For the record, some of the bread and cheese got stuck to the original foil. Doing the math, we see that Subway is 20% more expensive. Does it taste 20% better? Let's find out. Let's first try Subway. Tastes not bad, but definitely skipping on the meatballs and cheese. And now time for Costco. The bread is kind of like ciabatta, so when it's toasted, it has a much better crunch. Definitely way more meatball and cheese. If I did have a complaint, the meatball is a little bland. Costco also gives you extra marinara sauce. Let's add that in. Costco for the win.